Welcome back to Where Sky Blues Walk. We're running out of superlatives for this Coventry City side, so this week we're going a little bit left field and looking at all the moans from social media. And there's only one big one, which fans have this week, which is about the atmosphere at the CBS Arena. Many fans are saying it's not helping the players. So yes, coming up this week, we're talking why is the atmosphere at home games this season, even when we're top of the league and have record goals scored, why is it not very good? We're appointing our October Player of the Month. We're talking about horror shows. What's the worst ever game you've watched for Coventry, with Halloween coming up? And we're continuing with our A to Z, and D is 4. We'll get Ben and Scott's view on all of that in a second. Hope you're well, and of course you're well. Top of the league, Scott, record number of goals, another 3 goals scored at home, and Borough drawing means that gap even between you and third now is widening. You're going up, aren't you?
I'd like to think we're certainly in with a chance. Yes, I've probably been there, seen it, and done it. So, I've got the impression that we're playing well. I think from looking around the rest of the league, we are playing better football than a lot of teams, without trying to, through my sky blue tinted glasses. But I think we're playing some decent football. We're great going forward. We're scoring goals. There are improvements, like there are for every team. But I think come the end of December into the January transfer window, I think if we're still in that top 2, I'll be thinking we might be in with a chance of going up automatically. To be honest, That would be me.
Yeah, if you go through your main threats, though, Ben, look, Ipswich, Southampton, and Leicester, none of them are playing well. Even though Ipswich won at the weekend, they didn't play well at all. The fans aren't happy. The Millwall are the only team that are probably in form. You've already beaten them 4-0. Middlesbrough are, to be honest, quite average and are struggling to score goals. Maybe Stoke away might be a banana skin in a couple of weeks, but there's no threat for you here, is there? There's no jeopardy at all.
No, it's if there's ever a season to kick on, it's this one, isn't it? I think we're proving that we can win points in all different ways this season, which is unbelievable for me, because we had a bit of soft underbelly over the past few years, haven't we? And lost games we should have won, and so we'd string of back-to-back wins, and then come in thinking we're going to win easily, and then get slapped by Portsmouth, etc. But we're just gritty, and we can win in all different ways. It's just all falling into place. I mean, I think I said it about a month ago that we are getting top 2 this season. We just are.
Yeah. If you just come across this channel, by the way, then we know there's lots of other great content out there for Coventry, but it would really help us if you press that subscribe button down at the bottom there. That'd be absolutely amazing as we grow. On YouTube. Right, let's get this discussion going then. Gurney says the atmosphere was terrible again. By the way, we can't pride ourselves with being a great fan base anymore when we have such a bad home atmosphere right now. First of all, Scott, are they correct?
I wouldn't go as far as to say it was SH1T. It's there. It's nowhere near as loud as it used to be. And I think one of the things, certainly on Saturday, going up 2-0 quickly in 7 minutes, it was quite lively before and quite loud. The songs are being sung. We went 1-0 up after 3 minutes? We're 2-0 up after 7. And I'm not sure if everybody just thought, well, it's game over. This could be another cricket score kind of thing. And it's sort of, the volume went down and it sort of petered out. I think it got better at times, obviously, when we went 3-0 up, but that was about 30 minutes after the second goal, and it was fairly low in between. Got up towards the end of the first half. Second half was again quite flat, 'cause I think the guys took their foot off the pedal past half time. 3-0 up, 10 men down, and whether it was just going to be whether people were expecting either game management for 45 minutes and quieten down. But Watford got the tails up there. Their fans made some decent noise at times, and it wasn't as good as it has been. But having said that, it's not been great a lot of the season at home this season. I've been away a couple of times, and it's been a lot livelier, which is the normal case for a lot of clubs.
Every side is,
it could be better. So I wouldn't go that far, be that harsh, but it does need to up a few levels.
Yeah, Tromino says, I'm in block 22 and we've always relied on Singer's Corner to do all the work of getting everyone going. It's just not happening the same at the moment. The second half was awful, and I think the team also vibed off that, and vice versa. Another one here says, I feel like it's been like this since they changed the music 10 minutes before kickoff. We used to have all the players' songs and seemed to build a good atmosphere before the game and it even started. We don't have that anymore, and all of a sudden the atmosphere is rubbish. Just a guess. Yeah, Ben, where do you stand on all this?
I don't think it's rubbish. It's definitely less than it was, but I think it was a case of we used to go to games and we used to not expect to win. We used to go there, so we knew that we had to be that 12th man. But people are it's just human nature. They're sort of going there, and because we're doing well, they're expecting a performance. Whereas the ones that were there a few years ago, you had to go there and get the lads over the line. But this group are just that good and that organised. I don't think it's terrible, by the way, but it definitely has sort of loosened off. And I agree with Scott what he said about the going 2-0 up early doors. It's sort of like, oh, it's another one of these, and you sort of, how many are going to be? And then all of a sudden, sort of team's got one back, and you sort of, it's the tighter games where the atmosphere will come this season for sure.
Okay, sounds crazy, isn't it? That it should be raucous at the stadium, but yeah. Take that point. Right, we'll focus on the negatives this week, because if you're looking and thinking, this sounds a very negative podcast, look back at the previous 10 episodes where we've just waxed lyrical about Coventry, so a bit of a change this week. Let's look at this one. Mark says, I wasn't very happy with that second half, Scott. We coasted it and lost 1-0 against 10 men. The intensity dropped off, and I wasn't impressed with Eccles, his lack of work rate when he came on. We win games in 10 minutes against lads are doing great. I'm probably expecting too much. Unpick that. Eccles, is he right?
I'm trying to think when he came on now. When did he come on? So, did he come on second half, Ben? I can't remember when he came on. Eccles.
I thought he did well. He put himself around.
I thought he did all right. He was quite a long way up the pitch, from what I can remember. I don't think he did anything drastically wrong. I don't think he did anything special, to be perfectly honest. I didn't think, again, he was that bad. But I think second half, in my opinion, it looked like we had 10 men. Like I said earlier, I think we came out thinking 3-0, game's finished, 10 men, took their foot off the pedal. I think they struggled to get their foot back on it, because Watford came out, nothing to lose really. I think I said on the way back, I said it felt like we had 10 men second half and they had 11. I don't know what anybody else thought, but I thought they played very well. I think we just took our foot off the pedal and couldn't get it back on. But I don't think Eccles was that bad. I think everybody had an ish second half, to be honest with you. He wasn't on his own there for me. But I think it was game over and struggled to get back into it, really.
And finally, Ben on the game here, did what we needed to do. Madness first half, controlled the second half. Probably could have put more past them. Silly penalty from Rushworth, but otherwise an exceptional performance from him. Onwards. Agree?
I agree with all that. Yeah, I think that's perfectly summed up that tweet with how the game went. I mean, scoring them early goals again, it took it out the players as well, because I'm sure at half time Lampard would have said, "Listen, control the game. Let's not get any more injuries. Pass the ball around. Let's just be sensible and just get over the line. We don't need any more goals, and just sort of tick over." And that's what they did. But I say every credit to Watford, because they've got some very good players. And I think they're going to be a dark horse this season once the new manager finds his best 11. Because I tell you what, every single player in that team can run 100 miles an hour. It seems they're unbelievable.
Yeah.
The lots of Coventry fans said they actually played well, even though they're 3-0 down. I know at half time.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Right. Okay. And of course, a great result at Fratton Park, of course, on the Tuesday night as well. Goodness, no one at Fratton Park has
back-to-back 9 weeks. 9-point weeks.
9-point weeks, incredible. Yeah. And of course, Wrexham to come on Halloween night as well this Friday night, which we'll be watching with interest as well. They've also got a game against Cardiff, which helps on Tuesday night as well. So this is definitely in your favour.
Who thinks this
That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Right.
Frankie Goes to Hollywood on Halloween. It's some tweet that somebody put out, which was quite amusing for Friday's game.
Yeah. Oh, Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Good shot. Right then. I'm assuming Brandon Thomas Asante gets both of your votes for the October Player of the Month to speed this along.
Yeah.
Any disagreements?
No,
not for me.
Okay, good.
Rockworth met a special mention. He's been good, but it's no.
Yeah. No contest at all. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, right then. So it is Halloween on Friday. So we're also asking, of course, this week about your horror stories supporting Coventry. We're looking for the one game where you've sat through, where you just wanted the ground to open up and it all to be over very, very quickly. There's a few here I know that you could mention. Let us know in the comments yours. We might read some of these out next week. Scott, what's your worst ever time sat in the stadium watching the Sky Blues?
I think the one that sprung to my mind was 1989, believe it or not, quite a while ago. FA Cup third round away at Sutton United, when we lost 2-1. We'd not long won the FA Cup and we were doing all right. And I think if I remember rightly, they were non-league at the time or bottom division, whatever it was in those days, and we got turned over 2-1, and that was my worst result that I can remember.
Okay. Ben?
Mine was Fleetwood away on a wet, cold Tuesday night in a rubbish stand on a ground I used to play on. It was like, it was horrible, honestly. I'll remember that forever. But I remember being a kid and playing Middlesbrough at Highfield Road, and Alan Boxett scored a first half hat trick. And that was a day, that was a bad day.
Yeah, I can imagine, being local to Fleetwood, that must have hurt as well. That was a good result. Let us know then in the comments which ones they missed. We'll ask Tom and Jay this back as they're off for half term this week as well. And of course, our A to Z continues. Before we get into Sky Blues Walk Extra Time, letter D this week. Scott?
I've gone. I know the man left us and went to Villa and Leicester, but I've gone for Dion Dublin. Is my pick under D. 61 goals and 145 games. I thought he was brilliant in a sky blue shirt, and he sprung to mind quite quickly. I did have a look around for anybody else that I might have forgotten, but I couldn't find any that could top Dion.
Yeah, a double D as well, so extra points for that.
D,
yeah. Ben, can you beat Dion Dublin?
Yeah, I don't know about beat, but a very significant person in our history, perhaps for the wrong reason, is Darbo. But Dion Dublin was my pick as well, but I just thought Darbo, whether we like it or not, we're going to remember him forever, aren't we?
Yeah.
Shouts. in the comments then, please help us out. So far you've found this really easy, haven't you? A to D. You've all pretty much agreed on everything. I think next week is when we get into the more difficult ones as we head into letter E. So get thinking caps on for that. If you're
what did you say?
Eustace.
No.
We'll save it.
Save it for next week. Right. Right. Stay tuned then as Scott and Ben go through all the stats and all the fallout from the games this week. And thank you very much for watching. Drop us a quick subscribe if you want to. Here comes West Sky Blues Walk Extra Time.
There we are. We're back on. Brilliant. I saw your message about the Japanese Messi, Ben. I'm sticking a picture of Messi up. I'm assuming you were talking about Tats.
Yeah, when he came on at Portsmouth, Scott,
superb, wasn't he?
Oh my word! I think he took the whole team on at one point. He was magical, and do you know what? He went a bit unsung yesterday. He got a goal and assist, and not many people spoke about him really. It was all about the other players, but I thought he was brilliant again. And it's not only that; it's the defensive work he gets through as well. It's massive to the team. We've been a bit off it the last couple of games, haven't we? Since the break, we've been a bit off it, but we're still getting the points. And the big point for me is we're doing it without everyone. I keep seeing podcasts about the Championship and people saying, "Oh, Coventry might get some injuries, or they might get some injuries soon, and then I'll worry about them." They're obviously not watching because we've had injuries.
Yeah.
We've got injuries. Our best players injured, and then you take Torp and Radoni out of any team in this league, and I challenge them to keep getting results, but we are. We are. So
I mean, I was just talking about Tats there. I mean, I actually went to Portsmouth on Tuesday with my lad, and when he came on for whatever it was, 15, 20 minutes, he was unbelievable. People, since people started saying, rest him, we're playing away, it's a bit strong, physical, you sort of lose him on a Tuesday, Wednesday night. I think a couple of games he's played recently where we've gone away and he's come on and he's put himself about. And he's a stone when he's wet through, really, to be fair to the lad. But Tuesday he was unbelievable. I thought he was fantastic. And yesterday, it was yesterday. again, putting himself about defensively. He put that cross in for the goal. I'm pretty sure he did the same last week against Blackburn. He went wide, early doors.
Yes, he did.
BTA
You're right,
again.
yeah.
BTA
he missed
again.
it, didn't he?
Yeah,
BJ missed it. Yeah,
exactly the same. It's gone in this week. I mean, I thought he put the ball in the corner and beat the keeper with a cracking shot. I think the keeper could have done better, but he's picked the ball up. He's sidestepped a couple of people and he struck it. And yeah, absolutely brilliant. He is.
That ball when he chops and he pings it in from the left. He's done it to EMC about numerous times, and he scored a few from it. And he did one to Hadji at the start of the season, and it's so hard to judge because if it misses everyone, it goes in anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's. I know you probably think the keeper should do better, but it's very difficult because BTA could head it that way or that way, and he just glanced it. There's nothing the keeper can do. He's just stood there, and he's just rooted to the spot. So I mean, but credit to BTA as well, because he's a man on flames. Everything he touches just turns to gold at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, it does look like he could do with a rest to me as well, Scott.
Yeah, I think so. I think it made me smile again. It's looking at some of these tweets that one of the Portsmouth fans on Tuesday said they've rested the Championship's highest goal scorer, and now they've just created another one.
Yeah, I saw that.
Now he's out on his own, isn't he, after scoring again at the weekend? So he's probably the top.
Are they both on 8, or is he 9?
I think he's 9 now after he scored. I think he scored a couple at Portsmouth and rattled the bar. So yeah, I think he's on 9.
True. Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Hadji's on 8. If that volley had gone in, or not hit the bar, that'd have been an absolutely cracking hat-trick. But he's doing very, very well, I think. Absolutely very, very well. Loving it.
He's a bit like Tats as well. You know what you're going to get from him, and it might not necessarily be numbers all the time, but you're going to get fight, determination, link play, just hunger and desire. What they've both got in abundance, haven't they? And it's like you say about Tats, he's 4'1". But I've never worried about that side of the game for them. People used to say, "Oh, Tats away," like you said, but I've never been concerned about that. Anyone can see that he's disciplined, and I don't want to stereotype him, but them Japanese players, they give what you're going to get from them. They work hard, and they come over to our country to sort of like dig in, and it's a job to them. It's not just football, is it? It's a job to them. And they love it. It's mentality, isn't it?
I think so. Exactly the same. I was thinking the same when we played Blackburn. Ohashi, he looked brilliant to me. Very disciplined. Really putting the effort in. Is it Kyogo at Birmingham? Is that how you say his name from Celtic?
Yeah.
Puts himself about. And QPR Sato, left side. He's another very, very good player. I think they're all Japanese, but
they are. There was one for Portsmouth on Tuesday night. He was Korean in Milan. He must be still dreaming about Milan, because Milan just absolutely marked him out of the game. He had to bring him off, didn't they?
Yeah, and I think they were quite keen on him playing against Milan, because I think he'd been playing well this season. But he had him in his pocket. But again,
he didn't get a penny out of him, did he?
No, but like you said, those players from the Orient. All disciplined, all, like you said, it's, I'm here to play football, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it well. And they all do. Very, very good, I thought.
Yeah, and it's like I say, they're very technically good, but it's the first and foremost, you get the mentality and the work rate and the desire, and whatever the manager asks them to do, they'll sacrifice themselves for the team, won't they?
Yeah, very good. Mitoma at Brighton, he's superb, that lad, when he gets the ball, isn't he?
That's why we're seeing more of them being brought over to the English game, because there's a lot of English lads that get too big for the boots very fast at a young age, don't they? They get a few quid and that's it. Whereas these boys, the money just goes in the bank and then it's secondary. Yeah,
absolutely fantastic. I was mightily pleased. But the first half, I was having a chat with a Watford fan on Twitter, and I think his opinion, I was thinking Rushworth saved us in that first half, or Matt Rushmore, as somebody's called him on some of the other channel. Matt Rushmore, God, never mind. But yeah, Carl Rushworth, I thought he was superb first half. I think from memory, 2 1-on-1s, which he saved. The Watford fans seem to think he's probably right. Actually, the ball just hit him. He didn't have to do much. But like I said, he's got to be in the right place. He's got to make himself bigger. And he's done it. He's done that. He's tipped one round the left-hand post early. I think might have been off Loser. That was
a great save, by the way. That was the best of the bunch. There's a couple weren't there, the top corner one and that one.
The top corner.
I like that one better though, Scott. I like that one on the floor better, because the other one looks great, but that one's actually more difficult down to his left.
Down to his left, through a crowd of players. Cracking save. That one in the top bins. There's 4. you know, and we're 3-0 up at half time.
You can't play well every week, Scott. Even though I do think that the early goals it affected that game massively for both the fans and the players, but we're just getting the job done. The keeper's doing his job, and sometimes you're going to need your keeper in this league.
Yeah, exactly.
It's as simple as that. You're not going to be able to demolish teams every week. But no. I'm happy with the mix of demolishing and just getting over the line here and there because that's what we're doing.
Yeah, we are now. Blackburn and Watford were similar games, almost the other way round. Blackburn played well first half. We played better second half. You know, I thought we played well first half against Watford. Yes, they had some chances, but I thought they played better second half. But like you said, we're 3-0 up. The game's gone. Game management, and in my opinion, I didn't think we got the ball in the second half till about 75 minutes. And I was like, there's people around me going, get forward, get forward. I'm sitting there going, we don't need to.
No,
we don't need to. You know, just knock it. You know, do the thing what we used to do, and knock it around the back five all day long if you want. Bring them out. You know,
I think he should have went to the back five at half time, Scott. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I was thinking that myself, and you know, do something like that. And you know, talking about that back five, it wouldn't surprise me if he does it on Friday. You know, I don't think I was expecting it against Portsmouth. I don't think anybody was expecting it against Portsmouth. But again, he sticks Wolf in. We played really well.
Yeah, he did. I
mean, really well.
We called it a few weeks ago, didn't we? I said I can see him going to a back five or back three, back five, and it didn't happen for the Millwall game. That's where I thought he'd first do it.
Yeah.
But they're very clever, aren't they? The management and the staff they've got a plan because everyone's going to be looking at us now. We're top of the league. Everyone's going to be watching us because these days it seems to be a bit of a trend. Whoever's doing well, they'll look at how they play and they'll sort of try and mimic it.
Yeah.
And it filters from the top down, but we're going to get what I'm trying to say is we're going to be getting analysed a lot, and people are going to be trying to unpick us, and it's going to be sort of extra. Whereas in the past, when we went on that playoff run under Robbins, the first one when we got to the final against Luton, not a lot of people knew what we were going to do, and they were just. It seemed like that, but we just strolled into it. Whereas everyone's going to be looking at us now, and I think you need more than one way of playing, and I think we've got 1, 2, and 3 ways of playing this season. We can play direct, we can play little short football, we can battle it out, and that's what makes me proud of this team because we've not been like that, have we, Scott?
No. I think I was thinking about formation as well. You know, we've played 4-3-3 like he likes to play. We go to a 3 centre-back game against Portsmouth. I couldn't remember one whisper on Twitter or any conversations about that potentially happening, but we've done it. We've played, again, very good football, even with 3 centre-backs across the whole of the pitch. And up until 90-odd minutes, or just before they scored, I thought we controlled the game very well against Portsmouth. He's gone back to a back 4 Saturday. So we've obviously got that. What are they going to do? Are they going to play 3? Are they going to play 2? He's probably put that question in people's mind. But like you said, I think everybody will be looking at us. And the other thing for me is we've got players in different positions as well. You know, you've seen BTA in the 10. You've seen him in the 9. We've seen him on the left. I can't remember. He probably has played on the right this season. I mean, Tats is normally out there, so is EMC, but we've got 3 different players in midfield most weeks at the moment without Torp and Redoni. But yeah, the way they're just sticking at it and fighting for each other is fantastic, I think.
Yeah, and that's what I've noted down as well about the attitude. And do you remember when everyone was laughing at Dr. Clare about the recruitment, that they have a profile of player mentality before they sign the players, and now it's bearing fruit, isn't it? Because you keep seeing all the players talk about the group and how good the group is, and there's no bad eggs, is there? And Norman Bissett was obviously a bad egg, and they got rid of him. But it's considering everyone was laughing at Doug King, not Doug King, but Dr. Clare coming in, included. It got to the point where I was like, so what's this all about? The culture it's created at the club, the winning mentality, and fair play to Doug King because I think he's got someone advising him, surely, because he's come in not knowing much about football and he's developed this sort of what do they call this model? Yeah, where if you're not the right player, it doesn't matter how good you are. If you're not right here and you're not ready to fit into to what we want, he won't entertain it. So every credit to Doug King because he's just a very, very intelligent man, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, you go out on the pitch, you know, and at times you get into a battle and you want 11, 3 or 4, 5 subs that are all going to battle for you, and they all do. They all come on and they all put their shift in. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't hear if I've heard anybody not, you know, giving anybody any stick for not pulling their weight. I don't think they've had to because they all have pulled their weight. And like you said, Dr. Claire, don't know too much about her. She's obviously at Bath Rugby as well, down here as a non-executive director. So she could be learning from rugby, bringing it into the football, vice versa, swapping ideas, doing all sorts. But like you said, having the right mentality, it's that will over skill kind of thing that people talk about in the past. You want somebody that's going to run into a brick wall as opposed to somebody that's going to, try and keep the ball up in the air 45 times and chip it very well. It's not, no, I need you to run through a brick wall, mate.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And that was the reason Tom BTA was brought in, because his attitude, obviously his talent, of course, and his numbers, I know they weren't great numbers, but he's been there for West Brom every season, sort of only 10 goals, but he's been effective for them. But his attitude, and it just proved right, hasn't it? Because it's took a while, but he's clicked now, and he didn't have the best of season last season, but he went away in pre-season, worked his bollocks off, did really well, and he's come back fit. And if you come back with a clean mentality and ready to go, you'll do well at this level. You try and go above and try and do that. It's going to be a bit more of a struggle, but
yeah,
it's
that interesting. Yeah, it's that interesting. Sort of, it's like fine margins. I mean, I didn't think he was. I say that bad in inverted commas last season. Like we've spoken about, even in our chats, I thought he was the best presser in the side. We mentioned it the other week, even when he wasn't scoring. And then all of a sudden he scores an absolute beauty at Swansea from 30, 40 yards, whatever it was. And it's sort of gone on from there. And I was talking to my lad thinking, like we've said, he's come back at the start of the season, fitter, stronger, eager. And part of me, I'm just sitting there thinking, I think he wants to be here. I think now he's seen what Frank and the backroom staff have brought in, seen how the club set up and thought, I want to stay here and I want to give this a go. And obviously, if he has thought like that, it's only me thinking it. Well, you can't knock him. He's probably first name on the team sheet, if not the second at the moment.
At the moment, I'd say it. Oh yeah, he's definitely the first name on the team sheet. And he's how many games has he won us in the past month? A few.
Yeah.
He's a mentality monster, because we all know the players look on Twitter. We all know they do, and he's had some pelters.
Yeah.
He's had a lot, but and you can see with Sims it got to him at one point. But he's got through it.
Yeah.
The club have got them through it.
Yeah.
And they need to stay off social media, don't they? Because it's no good for them.
It's no good for anybody, is it?
It's not. No.
It's no good for anybody. I mean, it's like you have to sit there and think, no one's missed on purpose. No one's let the ball in the goal on purpose. No one's done anything on purpose. But obviously, some people take it personally, and some people have bad days. Some people have bad days on a regular basis. But it's got to be tough reading some of that stuff. Like that. Very tough.
That's what I mean. You got to admire BTA, because he had read some stuff on there, but he keeps coming. It's like you can see it in the players sometimes. At one point in the last season, he seemed a bit jaded and a bit, he weren't getting in the team. It weren't happening for him. He had a bad back at one point. Or was it a hit?
Yeah.
And it was just like, is this going to happen for him? It doesn't look like it is. And a lot of the people had already wrote him off and sort of said, yeah, send him to Blackburn, whatever. But this is what I mean. You've got to stick with players sometimes, because we expect it to happen overnight, and it's not going to all the time. So we're reaping the rewards for consistency now, though, I think, with the squad and every credit. And I think it's important to say, I think when we're going to hold our hands up and say Dean Austin's done a really good job.
Well, yeah. You can't knock him from what we've got. What have we bought in the summer? We bought Brow, Rushworth, and KKH. That's it. I think in the summer, Brow's not getting a game. He's not even coming on at left back when De Silva's Bidwell's coming on for whatever reason. Obviously, Rushworth has made a difference, and we needed a goalkeeper after Dovin's injury. KKH is not even getting too much game time, so it's predominantly the same players as last season.
Well, KK's got his chance now on Friday, hasn't he?
He has, yeah, because he's suspended, isn't he, Balan? I think Kitchen's quite close as well, isn't he? I don't know how many yellow cards he's got, but I think he got one at the weekend. So I think he might be on
sus for me, Scott. That yellow card was a bit sus for me. I wonder if he's been told to get a yellow card that game, because I know it might be a bit tinfoil hat, but he needed to get it. And I think he didn't want him to get it next game. I feel like he wanted him fit for the Sheffield United at home.
Do you mean Milan or Kitchen?
Milan.
Oh, yeah. But
because I'm not Frank Lampard, and I don't claim to be anything like him, but I'd have took Milan off at half time, 3-0 up, and gone to 3 at the back.
Yeah.
And I just put Kane Kessler-Hayden on in his place, wing back. and actually give him a run there. I don't understand why he left him on. That's why I'm thinking, has he been told to just get yellow? Because it was silly as well, weren't it?
Yeah, he dragged him back his own half, didn't he? From memory. Like I was saying, Kitchen got booked. So I think.
What did he get booked for, though? I couldn't see.
I think he clattered somebody around about the halfway line as they were breaking, I think.
Right. It was off the ball then, right?
I think there was a few tackles going in. I think he leathered somebody. I can't remember whether it was his arm, his head, or his elbow, or his feet. But,
Did you notice, though, that loser, he nailed Grimes, pulled him down, and he pushed his forearm in his face like that on the floor. Yeah, and no one noticed it. But yeah, I thought that was naughty. But Grimes didn't really say out. He just gets. He's not bothered, is he? He takes loads of whacks, doesn't he, Grimes?
He does. Yeah. Again, for you talk about Tats. He's not much bigger, really, height wise. I don't think, but he gets stuck in. He's not too bad in the air for his height either, and puts himself about. And he even got the ball stuck between his feet one stage in the game.
I saw that.
And there's 2 or 3 trying to get it off him, and I was like, fair play to you, Grimesy. But
he's unbelievable, isn't he? He's just unbelievable. Here's one for you, Scott. I think he's the best ever signing that we've made ever as a club. And listen. The reason I'm saying that is the effect he's had in such a short space of time. The whole club and the whole team.
Yeah,
I know it's a big shout. I know it is, but I just feel like he has literally transcended us. He's took us to a new level as a club. And look, this time last season, well, at the end of the season, should I say, we finished with on plus 6 goal difference. Yeah, we finished on plus 6.
Yeah.
And we're on plus 26 already.
Yeah. 12 games in.
Yeah. And that's since Grimes has come, that just shows that. I know it's not just Grimes, it's Lampard and the coaching staff, they get massive credit, but the effect one player can have on the team, he's unbelievable. Yeah.
I mean, I was looking around and thinking, I wasn't rolling my eyes at your comment about Grimes, and I was sitting there thinking, well, yeah, he came January, didn't he?
Yeah.
Came January this year.
26th of January-ish, yeah.
We're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Goes to the playoffs. And it's one thing I've been saying with, and I think he's the answer, is that tempo. When you played at a better level than I have, but when you're knocking it around the back 4, back 5 at such a slow pace, no, you're not really stretching anybody, in my opinion. Against 10 men, where you're going, right back, centre back, left back. Whereas now, it's ping,
going to him,
bang, bang, bang. And previously it was like trap it, control it, look up, square it. No, it's gone now, and that second or two is just the tempo that we played at this season. I think more than last season it's just been flying going forward, and I think that's part of it. It's that speed of it.
It's not only that as well. He knows when to slow games down as well, Scott.
Yeah.
He's like he's got a little lever, but he can turn it up and he can just bring it down again. And he kills games in crucial periods where where sometimes you see Rushford running out to throw it at 3-0 up, and you can see Grimes going, whoa, calm down, and don't underestimate how much of an effect that has on the team, because we have got a young team. We still got a young team. I'm sure it's one of the lowest average ages in the league.
And like you said about Rushford, what is he, 23?
Yeah.
He's 23-year-old kid in goal, really, if you think about it. You got Grimes, who's 31, just going, we don't need to, just keep hold of the ball. And even like I said earlier, about 75 minutes, I think we finally got hold of the ball, and he was just standing there as if to say, come and get it then, because I'm not doing anything for the next 5 minutes. Of like, just keep doing it, Grimes, just keep knocking it around, and don't get caught, but just keep doing it. And because they were coming back another mentality. Yeah. I think Frank said he's the brains of the outfit, I think. And he shows that quite easily with his feet on the pitch. He don't say much, at all. I don't really hear him saying anything. His feet do all the work and his brain does all the work for me.
He's a manager on the pitch, isn't he? He's a true leader. And I'm pretty sure if Frank needed a day off, he could cover him, couldn't he?
Oh yeah, quite easily. I think like I said, being the brains of the outfit, and I don't know how quick he is. I don't think he's the quickest in the world, but he's got a brain and he knows where to be. The amount of times on Saturday I sat there thinking, look at him, he's going around the other side of the bloke. He knows what's going to happen here, and there he is in the right place all the time. Superb, I think. But
100%.
Yeah, I know you mentioned a midfielder without talking Radoni. Those two with him. I mean, who do we have? We had Allen and BTA. at the weekend. I thought there was a few gaps myself in the midfield. It seems to have been the last couple of weeks where we've got 1-2 closer defenders and the other midfielders too far away at times.
Yeah, teams are figuring us out a bit, Scott. I won't lie to you. They're figuring us out a bit, and it's up to Frank to come up with an answer. But our underlying data, if you want to be sort of data sort of driven, it's dropped off since Radoni's come out the team.
Right.
So
okay.
we've got him to come back in, and that'll give us another gear to go through, and we'll start building it back up. But listen, it's the Championship. We're going to have games where we don't play well, and at some point we'll lose. But I have full faith in this team to just bounce back. I mean, we've just bounced back after a playoff heartbreak in the last minute. I've no worries about this team.
No,
and I think you said it before. If we can get to January and just add a couple more bodies, I think it'll be a case of just strolling over the line.
Yeah,
I'm not worried at all.
No, I've looked at the results. The fixtures coming up, and I'm sitting there thinking, for the first time, I'm sitting here thinking I'm not worried about Stoke away or Wrexham away or Sheffield United at home. Who knows what the results will be, whether we'll win, lose, or draw. But sometimes we're sitting there thinking, "Oh, Sheffield United, that's a tough one." Whereas I'm like, "Well, yeah, let's have a go at them."
Yeah,
there's nobody that really fears, and like we said, Ipswich don't look great, Leicester don't look great, Southampton don't look great. I think the only other team that Mark missed out earlier when he was talking about Millwall, Charlton have been playing very well. They've got some great results lately. I think they were scored late on, didn't they, against Hull at the weekend? But gone to Ipswich and turned them over in their own backyard. So I think, like you said, we can't complain, can we? Really?
No. I'll tell you what I'm excited for. I think if we're still in this position come January, I'll be interested to see what the recruitment looks like, Scott, because there's no point really. It might be a case of getting some loans in, or are we going to buy for the Premier League? That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Because Doug's very clever. He's not going to just think, let's just get him in. Let's pay $6 million for him if we're going up. He's not. I mean, I think I remember hearing him. He had 2 lists last season.
Yes.
For the summer. So
yeah,
I don't think he'll throw that list in the bin yet. So there might be a few names.
Point is that? Yeah. It's all right.
We could end up with some very special players in January. I think
it would be nice, wouldn't it? Because, like you said, if that's where you're trying to get to, then there's no point. I'm just pulling the figure out of the air. There's no point buying somebody for $5 million, getting up, and then you've got to pay 30 or 40 million for another player who's better. But like you said, planning ahead and getting those loans in, get yourself up, get the funds in. Then if he's got that list already, who knows whether he's got the funds for that list, for the Prem list.
I'd love to see a big unit of a centre midfielder, like what was the boy called from Sheffield United, Vinny Souza, sort of that ilk of player. Him to come in. That I think that's what we're missing, because at times the transition kills us, isn't it? And it that's what worries me for next season. If we do go up, I know I'm jumping the gun a bit, but you saw what that team of players Watford had were sort of like Premier League players without the technical ability. So all the athleticism, the pace, the strength, they had it all. They had all that, but they didn't have that sort of like take the chances and clinical edge to them. But you've seen what they did to us at times the other day, and missed chances after chance after chance in the Premier League. They just slammed them all in the back of the net.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I feel like we've got to address that early, because I feel like the key to kill us is pace. Yeah,
I mean, balls over the top a couple of times, 2, 3, 4 times at the weekend, and that's not just this season. It's happened last season as well, and that kills us. Bobby and Kitch probably have got some pace, but I don't think they're the quickest centre halves, and that's where Grimes' brain comes in half the time for me, because he's normally in the right place to sort something out. But yeah, it would be nice to have that big, nasty, quick, strong, mouthy, physical fella in the middle of the park, and people rock up and think, not keen on playing against him today.
All the good teams had him, didn't they? Roy Keane, Patrick Vieira.
Yeah.
I remember the line's very high, Scott, though, isn't it? And it's just inviting.
It was at the weekend, yeah.
Yeah, and Jay was getting targeted a bit, wasn't he, at the weekend as well?
Yeah.
Even though I thought he did well. He did well.
He did. I was expecting him, because I think they've got the lad from Bayern Munich, Iran Kunda. I think he came on second half, number 66. Very, very quick, and he didn't start. But I was thinking, again, it could be another Fatawu Leicester kind of game for Jay Da Silva. But no, he did far better than I thought. He might struggle, to be honest, against somebody who's younger and a bit of pace about them as well.
I think a few of their players bottled it, Jay, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I do. I think that there was a couple of them that went off. They didn't fancy it because I know it didn't look like we absolutely battered them, but we broke them. We did break them.
Oh,
and then
clinical.
that lad got sent off, and it was just silly, that wasn't it? And then in the second half, there was a couple of them that went off, and the one had to walk around the pitch. I remember, but he could have carried on. He could have. He'll play at the weekend, right?
Yeah, I think it was Bar, wasn't it? When Wolfie, he sort of ran in front of Wolfie and he accidentally clipped him. I think he's gone down. He's hit the ground. Probably done it on purpose. It was a bit of get the free kick, found a bit of an injury, and done his shoulder in. I think whether he'd done it or not, I don't know. But that was one thing. But it's one of those decisions. I remember, I think it was Bobby in the first half accident got clipped himself. Referee, play on, not a problem.
Oh, the referee was poor again.
Yeah, he had his moments. Certainly had his moments.
But yeah, that's somewhat we're used to, isn't it? Let's be real.
Yeah, sadly. Very, very sadly. But Friday, we might as well talk about Friday if we've got a few minutes left. What do you reckon he'll do formation-wise? Do you think he'll go 3 at the back, or do you think he'll go 4-3-3?
I think, I think if he had to guess, I think he will go for 3 again, and then he'll be able to play KKH on right wing back, won't he?
Yeah.
I think he actually might play Sims and Hadji together.
Could do, couldn't he? I mean, I think Bobby's okay. I think I saw some tweet about somebody saw him at Cawley Services after the game saying he was just taken off precautionary. So
yeah, Frank said it after the game.
Yeah, I think he must have had a tweak at half time and gone on, and 7 minutes later he's come off just to rest him. So hopefully he'll be okay for Friday, and then Wolfie and Kitchen can play again. And if they play like they played against Portsmouth, then superb, very solid, I thought. And KKH is his chance to shine, I guess. Now
it is, yeah. He'll be
he's been out for 1 game, is he?
Yeah, it's a 1 game, yeah.
1 game.
And that resets him then as well.
Yeah, and I'm assuming he'll play De Silva. I would imagine if he's all right. They got a week really, haven't they, from Saturday to Friday? Rest.
These ain't as bad as people are making out. This ain't going to be an easy game away there. They create a lot of chances. So if we're not on it, we'll get turned over. I mean, we've been there and been turned. We've been turned over by him before in the FA Cup a few years ago. Yeah, and that was painful as well online when that happened. We got a lot of abuse for that. So we need to be on it because we've got a target on our back. So we need to be on it every week and every game.
Yeah, I was looking at it. They've played 6 games at home, 6 games away. They've scored 8 at home, scored 8 away. So yeah, in 6 games at home, they've scored 8 goals. So it's one and a bit.
Yeah, I think they've missed the most big chances in the league as well. They're making a lot of chances, mate. Yeah, they're making a lot of chances. So it's going to be, well, I know it's a cliche, but there's no easy games in this league. If you turn up with the wrong attitude, you'll get turned over. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
I can't see it though. You say about it every single week. On to the next. Exactly. We don't get complacent. Get complacent. We move on, and the players are buying into it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I think he might play the same formation as Pompey. Whether he'll play the same players, I don't know, because Tats didn't start, Adji didn't start. He had can't think who he had on the right now. I can't remember. But Sims played up top. EMC played. BTA played. He might have been Milan and someone else. I can't remember who it was now. But Tats obviously came on at Portsmouth, so who knows whether he'll start him again or Sims.
If it was up to me, I'd stick EMC on the bench and I'd play Hadji and Sims up top together. That's what I'd do, and I'd play a 3-5-2. That's what I'd do on Friday, and then that way EMC can have a bit more of a longer rest for the game at home against Sheffield United.
Yeah,
and I believe Sims has earned that as well. And Hadji needs a goal now. We need to get him put the ball in there again. So I feel. They will. Listen, we've seen it before against Wolves. You put them on against Wolves in the FA Cup and all the FA Cup. When they're on together, they're a nightmare. They are. Yeah. The two units.
So, who'd you go in midfield then? If you got De Silva, KKH, Wolfie, Kitchen, Bobby, Adji and Sims up top. You got Grimes.
Grimes. I wouldn't put Torp in because I'd save him as well. For the Sheffield United
Tuesday,
home, I wouldn't mind seeing Kai Andrews come in or the younger lad Shep. I'd love to see him get a start. But Wrexham away is a bit of an ask, to be fair. And I mean, once upon a time, someone gave Frank Lampard a chance at that age. So he might have that in the back of his mind. But Jamie Allen will just come in, won't he? That's
and BTA.
No. You'd have to, and then he can support he can sort of drift out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Let's go for that then. We'll message him, tell him what side is.
Yeah. I mean, Sims has put in some good shifts. It was harsh for him to get dropped, but had earned his place, hadn't he, over the course?
I mean, like I said, he'd just been he'd been given a rest really for Portsmouth, in my opinion. Hadji.
Of course.
Trip to America, and that was it. Sims did well. 2 great assists. Put himself about. Came on at the weekend for about 15, 20 minutes, something like that, and I don't think many of the subs that came on really had much to play with, much service really, because it was a bit one-way traffic. But I think give them both a chance. Why not? Why not? Indeed,
I'd like to see that.
Going. Yeah, prediction.
Go for the jugular.
Yeah, exactly. Why not?
3-1 again.
I was going to say 2-1 myself to Cov, but we'll see.
Well,
we will see.
We're averaging just under 3 goals a game, so I'll stick to that.
Yeah, I think I looked at it earlier. What have we scored? 30.
We've scored.
It's 34. 34 in 12 games, isn't it?
Yeah, 34. Was conceded 11. I think.
Is it that many?
Let me just double check. It might be.
I thought it was 8. 10. I think. I thought it was 8. So 34. What's our goal difference? 26. We conceded 8.
Okay.
8 or 9.
Unbelievable, eh?
8. Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic. Absolutely.
Yeah, 34 and conceded 9.
Oh, 9. Yeah.
Yeah. We've got a 25 goal difference.
That's right.
The closest person to us has 8, which is Middlesbrough. Yeah. Oh, no, 9, Bristol City.
And I think Middlesbrough
25 goal difference.
Middlesbrough and Stoke have got similar kind of goals against them to us. I think they've both got 8, I think.
Middlesbrough have 8.
Yeah, is it Stoke?
And Stoke have 8.
Yeah, so they've got decent defences at the moment. They're just not banging as many goals in. So
significantly less.
Yeah.
But we talk about Wrexham. They nearly did Middlesbrough the other day away at the Riverside. So no mugs these.
No.
And we need to be on it. But I'm sure we will be, Scott. I'm sure
we will be. Sure we will be. Fine. We'll leave it there then, mate. Hopefully see how your 2-1 and 3-1 predictions go. So happy Halloween. Fine. See you, mate.